Because you're not worried about your ego. Poke fun at yourself. It helps you bond with other people. And I can tell you that it's not an insecurity to do that. It's actually the opposite. If you can poke fun at yourself, that means you're confident. Because you're not trying to present this image that is so important to you. Poke fun at yourself, and trust me, it's endearing, it's attractive, and people will like it. Because people will be drawn to you. Self-deprecating humor is one of the most popular forms of humor. I'm sure you've noticed it with comedians. Here's one of my jokes that is somewhat self-deprecating. I'm a redhead. Okay, there's not many of us in the world. Redhead right here. Yeah, you redhead? Oh, it's died? Well, that was awkward. You look like a natural redhead. Nice job, sister. Usually I can tell an imposter. Just kidding. You're rocking it. Good job. But I don't know if there's any other redheads out there. Are you? See? We're often, oh, nice. What's up? Yeah, at the back of the room. My people at the back. And it's not died? Okay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh, you're gray hair now? Well, that red suits you. Good job. Anyway, fellow redhead, sunscreen, what's up? That's what we do. No, we don't. Anyway, I don't know if you're like me, but I always felt like, not like weird, but like there wasn't a lot of us in the world, right? So growing up, you get teased, and it's challenging. And so it kind of bothered me. I like it, but it took a long time to own it, right? So here's an example of a joke that was a little self-deprecating for me, but it ended up making me feel good. So I'm a redhead. There's not many of us in the world. So I was really excited when I saw a magazine cover. I was like, oh my gosh, that girl looks like me. I looked closer. It was Prince Harry. Basically, when we talk about ourselves and poke fun at ourselves, we recognize imperfections in everyone because life is imperfect. And as soon as we, accept that, it'll make all of us feel a lot better. But the thing is, it feels like it's getting worse with Facebook. Facebook is this, oh, look at my life, I'm so perfect. It's not, eh? It makes you feel bad sometimes going on Facebook. Everything is so perfect with the perfect lighting, and look at my family, and my house is so clean. And it's like, that's not real life. It's not. Everybody's always like bragging on Facebook. Like, look at me, I just went to the gym, I just had a salad. You never see real life. Like, I just went to the drive-thru, I'm passed out on the couch, If I saw that. So I really, in addition to stand-up being very therapeutic for me, I really like personal development, self-help. Does anybody read self-help here? Oh, so you're all perfect. Awesome. It was just you and me. Everyone else has got their, act together. Good job. Just kidding. I love reading self-help books. I love it. I read this one that told me not to judge. Very difficult. It's hard. We judge. We do. But have you ever read a self-help book? It's just for you and me. Have you ever read a self-help and at the end you're like, oh, the book worked. That's it. I'm a changed person. I don't need any more. That happened to me. I got to the author's picture. I was like, really, that sweater? So back to the intro. This is another embarrassing that happened. I was telling someone that The 4 Agreements is one of my favorite self-help books. I was going on about it. I'm like, you gotta get it. It's like a Bible. You gotta have it around. The 4 Agreements, the 4 Agreements. Oh my gosh, changed my life. 4 Agreements. Then they're like, oh, what are the 4 Agreements? I could only remember 3. So, that's embarrassing. So, you don't have to be a comedian, by the way. I just want you to know that, to be able to do this. I know it's easy for me to say because I am a comedian, but you don't have to do that. You guys are all like, phew, right? I wouldn't do that to you because that would mean you'd have to go to Red Deer and perform at Legion's. I care about you. I don't want you to do that. Tip number 2, make a choice to see the funny every day because it does exist and sometimes it's really hard to see it. But people ask me all the time, where do you get your material from? And it's like, look around. Life is hilarious, okay? It's so funny. I have I probably have 4 hours of material, really. And it's not hard to come up with things. And it's also choosing to kind of have a lens that you look through for life. You can look through, it's a perspective, right? But you have to choose. Obviously, it'll take some time, but you can do it. You just have to remember. And there's material that you can come up with or jokes that you can write. Anything from mundane to horrible things can be joked about. So here's an example of something that happens to all of us. Have you ever been talking to someone and they accidentally spit on your face? But you don't say anything because we're very polite Canadians. So you just stand there with their saliva on your cheek, pretending to listen to what they're saying, but all you can think about is this right here. She's like, really? Wow, interesting. No way. Okay, right. No, you didn't spit on me. I just had an itch. Still lying. You're just lying. Tip number 8, treat yourself with love and understanding. And this might seem like an obvious one, but I feel like we don't do that enough. And we're a work in progress. It's true. Like, you know when you're on the plane and they say to put the oxygen mask on before you help others? Do that, like, emotionally, too. Say nice things to yourself. Help yourself. Do good things. I recently went on the road and I checked luggage, so I actually packed my Nespresso machine. And that sounds like a silly thing, but oh my gosh, it made me happy. Because I treated myself well. I do stuff like that for other people all the time. If you do it for yourself, you're going to be stronger, happier, and then you can do even more for other people.